Hi guys, it's Belle here, and I'm coming on today with a bit of a strange one. So, if you don't already know, Release the Crafting have created this mini junk journal ephemera challenge. It's running all this week. It started Monday, and I do believe there might be a prize, but go check out their channel. I will leave the video link down below where they discuss it, because you might have to do every prompt to be eligible. And don't forget to put in the hashtag RTC Goblin Mode to see what everyone's doing, either on YouTube or on Instagram. And if you are joining in, put that in your posts. I am beyond excited. When Priscilla let me know that they were going to be doing this challenge, I immediately dropped everything, and of course I was going to take part. I mean, it's goblins, and I went and grabbed a whole load of bits and bobs because, guys, I had an idea in mind for what I wanted to do with this project, and I did double check with them that I didn't want to do ephemera. Was it okay if I did something different as long as it had all the prompts covered? And they said yes. And there's a project on Pinterest that I've had sort of my eye on for a little while. It's by Kerstin F, I believe her name is, at Scrapbook Dreams. And again, I will leave whatever I can down below so you can go check them out. And let's have a look at the prompt, shall we, guys? I mean, firstly, Priscilla's digitals are always amazing. So the first prompt was mushrooms, then slime and snails. And just there, guys, just there, I've been all this week whilst working on this project singing that song from Labyrinth. You know the one, slime and snails, puppy dog tails, thunderbolts and lightning, you know that one. And the third prompt is moss. Then the fourth prompt is leaves. The fifth prompt is dirt. The sixth prompt is bones. And the seventh prompt is goblin gold. Oh, just love it. This is right up my street. I mean, most of what Priscilla creates is right up my street. But this is going to be a strange one because I have to try and get the camera angle right. And I don't know how that's going to work. So let me try and get that right and show you the project that I've made. So guys, this is the project I made. It is an altered vintage book diorama. I don't know, display. I don't really know what to call it, guys. There is a lot going on. So let me kind of walk you through it. And I don't know, there'll be lots of pictures on my Instagram, so go and check there. Yeah, let's just try and get through it. So you can see I have gone all out, guys. Now, first of all, this is a vintage book. This is the, hold on, yeah, I think I'd be more prepared. This is The Animal Life of the British Isles, a guide to the mammals, reptiles and bacterians of wayside and woodland. And it is from 1955, my one. Now, I use this book a lot. It has some amazing pictures in it. So I took all those out and any other pages I wanted to use. And you can see that this is the book. Hold on, there's moss everywhere, still coming off in bits. This is the book. So I took some pages out, and then what I have done, trying to get you to show you, I have cut through, not all the pages, I left some, but I've cut to about there, that I've cut rectangles out. And I have used, in the background here, I have used a digital from Release the Crafting's Death and Decay kit, which is still one of my all-time favourite kits that they've ever done. So this background and this background is from their Death and Decay kit. So yes, however, this, let's see if I can get it up. Trying to hold it. This here is actually one of my very own photos from the woods. Like, I think it's a birch tree, and this is mushrooms growing on it. So I printed one of my photos out and I've cut it and kind of made it. I've done so, There's so much to see, guys. You're just not going to see it all. I also inked and sprayed all of the book pages, if you can see them, with Tim Holtz vintage photo, a little bit of patina and black soot. So you get this kind of mottled, almost foxing look on the edges and things. Also, I have been using a cork board to use my craft knife on, but the cork board started to break because I went all the way through it. So it's actually cork board. You can see where it's broken. It's actually the base I've used is cork board because, like, I don't want to waste it, guys. I have it, so I don't want to waste it. And so we can already see, look, I'm just going to show the prompts. So mushrooms, we've got several different things. We have my photo of mushrooms. We have this tiny mushroom down there that's actually got, I don't think you can see it, but it's actually got glossy accents on it. That is from Priscilla's kit Autumn Academia, I believe. Again, this will all be linked. And then I've made these mushrooms out of real branches from some of my trees, as well as some of the vintage book page. One of the pages I had left over. I just thought they were cute, and obviously I've inked them up. I was thinking, do I need to add more to them? But I think there's a lot going on already. So you can see we've got several different types of mushrooms. Slime and snails. Well, I've got this snail up here, which obviously you can see really well, sort of poking over the top. But right down there in the back, can you see the snail there? Both of those are also from Priscilla's Autumn Academia kit. Honestly, some of this moss is still falling off. I cut those out. So there's my snails. And right up here, I used glossy accents. I'm trying to get that to focus. It's focusing on so much. I used glossy accents and dripped it even onto the wood, and that kind of acts as my slime. And also when I was doing this, do you see, I can't even see what I'm doing. Do you see here, this is some hot glue on the bone, but I did it so that it dripped onto the thread. And if you look, let me get this thread, you can see that it kind of, trying to get it to focus for you guys. You can see that it moves, so it really does look like slime. Moss, need I say anymore? There is moss absolutely everywhere on this piece. It's up the top, it's down the sides, it's everywhere, and it's on the back, which I will show you in a minute. Leaves, again, need I say more? There's all kinds of leaves. There's die cut leaves, try and get it down the side. There's lots of beautiful die cut leaves and branches. There's leaves on the digital. There's these that are textured paper. There's these more satiny leaves. I mean, there's teeny tiny leaves down there too. There's just leaves everywhere, guys. So, you know, dirt. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up and hope that it focuses. You might see it better here. So I have this dirt here. I'm trying to get it up close. And I actually used the glass bead paste that I love. And then I mixed it in with some browns and things like that. It actually looks darker on camera than it does in real life. It does not look that dark in real life. There's also some back here as well. Trying to get this camera to focus. It's so hard, guys. But the glass beads give it this bubbled effect. There you go. Trying to cover up the writing, it might focus more. It gives you this bubbled effect, and then I've gone over it in paint. So that's dirt. Bones, we've got bones hidden all over. These are Tim Holtz bones. And then Goblin gold. Well, we've got the gold down here. I used flakes, gold flakes that are supposed to be used in resin, as well as huge gold beads. And then what else, guys? There is so much. I've used real bark. You can't actually see most of it. The mushrooms are on bark. We've got bark here, along there in the back. This is a wooden disc that the bottle is sitting on, and there's actually one underneath. You can't see that at all. I used 2 circular wooden discs and loads of bark, and then I've just covered it in moss and dirt. We've got mini fir cones. We've got these seed pods that I often use because they look like pumpkins. I've got some of the Tim Holtz balls. They're clear, but these are ones that I've done for another project. They're actually, you can't really tell, but I've used alcohol inks on them in greens and browns. The glass bottle has had pearlescent alcohol ink used on it, so it shimmers just a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get it to focus. There's so much to see, it doesn't want to focus, but it shimmers a little bit, which is great with the gold. Leaves, branches, we've got some dyed cheesecloth in greys and browns. Oh, I've got another little digital there from Release the Crafting. I've got leaves and bark and all sorts stuck in between pages too. So they're all stuck in between different pages, which you can see. We've got moss up the top. Oh, and these goblin faces, guys, these little goblins are poking out. Now, I did not make these. I also did not buy them. These are made by my amazingly talented, honestly, guys, I don't think I've ever come across someone, and I'm not just saying this, the way my friend Sarah's brain works and the things she creates out of everything. I mean, I don't think there's a craft she hasn't tried. And clay in particular, her goblin, she gifted me these a couple of years ago. I think it was part of our Halloween Advent that we do every year. And if you haven't seen any of those, go check out the playlist below. This little one, look, he's got his tongue out. And I don't know if you can see, but even his tongue is dappled. I mean, Sarah is... I will leave Sarah's YouTube down below and their Instagram. They tend to post more on Instagram than on YouTube. But honestly, their stuff. So I knew when I saw this challenge that I have been waiting for a very special project to use these little goblin faces on. I mean, she's made me other things but she's attached the goblin faces, but I wanted a very, very special challenge to use these goblin faces. And you can see I've put moss all around them because I want them to look like they're poking through a moss bush. And obviously they're quite tiny, but why not? You know, goblins don't have to be large. They can be tiny. And then I've used from, again, Priscilla's, I believe it's the Dark Academia kit. It said Woodland Realms up here and then Forest Creatures. So let's show you the back. Now, here's the book, and I just left the book as is. I might use paints on it. I don't know. And obviously I've put moss and wood and all sorts all around here. And you can probably tell, guys, there's a bag. And why? Why would there be a bag? Because I have added lights to this as well. Now, this is not going to pick it up very well because it is very bright. But you can already see that one of the lights, or a couple of the lights, is actually inside the bottle where the Goblin Gold is, to really make it shine. And I have these lights, they're very, very tiny, and they've got a yellow glow to them, which I love because, again, when you're thinking of Goblin Gold, they're all down the side as well, in between the pages. I can hear something rattling. I think one of the pieces of Goblin Gold has come. I didn't glue it down. There's some behind the snail. They're all up here. They're behind the word. They're underneath. Do you see that just underneath? They're all inside, down the side here. I will put a little bit of footage after this that I'll take later on when it's dark so you can really see it in its full glory. And obviously I wanted to attach it. I have found this green bag, which has worked great. And I made a little box. So I kept this bit of the cork board. I've kept this bit, whereas on this side, I've actually rounded the corner of the cork board, but I've kept this bit and I've used some more. You can really see that bark properly now. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about this piece. It kind of can slot in there and I can kind of cover it. But to be honest, this is the back. I just didn't want to really see all of the wire. Now, if you are going to use little lights like this, guys, please be aware that make sure the ones that don't overheat, maybe make sure the ones that are specifically for craft projects. I know Tim Holtz does them. These little ones that I've got are really, really good ones. They're ones I already had in my stash, so I'm sorry, I can't remember who they're by, but they don't overheat. They're very, very tiny. They've got a good lifespan, and so they should last for ages, because the idea that these will suddenly stop working, and they won't overheat, because obviously I have covered these in moss and bark and paper, so you do not want lights that are going to overheat, guys, because you don't want your project to suddenly set on fire. I mean, you know, that's not what we want. Oh, guys, I am so... It's very different to Kerstin F's one, the person I was inspired by. It is very different, but I love this so much. And I know they did like a winter one and a Halloween one. I can't remember if she's done any others. And obviously, as with all my projects, I now want to make this in Halloween. I need the right book. This is a really nice size, this book. It's about, I'd say, 7 inches, 6 to 7 inches. So it's not that big. Let me get a ruler. Okay, so I've got my ruler, and let's have a look. Oh, almost. It's 6.5 inches. And then the book itself is 5 inches either side. So it's not very big at all, which works best for me. Because when I tell you, I worked on this for a long time. My house just smells of hot glue gun now. And I don't usually use hot glue gun, but certain times you have to. Oh, do you know, I don't know if you can catch it or not, but because I put a light just by underneath that fir cone there, guys, you can see the brown now alcohol ink that I used on the glass ball, and the green, look at that, because it helps light them up. And the same over here, you can kind of see the browns. Yeah, so I've tried to put it in all sorts of places where it can really highlight, but I will, as I said, show you some footage later when it's dark, when I can take a little bit of footage and you can really see it lit up properly then. Yeah, I just love this bit with the glue, where the glue's kind of attached itself to the thread, but it's stretchy and gooey, and it really looks like, I really want to get this up. I don't know if it did or not, so I'm going to try again. So it really just looks like, hold on. Gosh, I can't even get the thread, guys. Let me get this thread. There's so much thread up here. Let me get the thread. Do you see how it's all stretchy? It really does look like slime, doesn't it, guys? I think so anyway. So that is my project for Release the Craftings Goblin Mode challenge. Yeah. I am so excited about this piece. I hope you guys enjoy it as much. There is no way I could do this on camera. So I am sorry, guys. It took a long time to do this. And yeah, it would be a long project. And also it's all the playing around and the gluing and everything else. But this is it. I really hope you like it, Priscilla. I was completely inspired. Goblins and woodland. I mean, honestly, snails and slimes and moss and leaves. You are speaking my language. This is like a swamp witch's dream, isn't it? So, or a woodland witch's dream. Not swamp, woodland witches. And all the bark and the sname with the snails. I tried to keep part of it. Actually says, I don't think you can probably see it, but it actually says brown rat up there, because that's the page it was on. So I wanted to keep it. It would have been nice to keep more of the actual writing, but to be honest, because this book's so small, and I had to cut the aperture out, it just wasn't possible. And I haven't inked all the pages on the inside, because I kind of wanted you to know that these are real pages, you know, or wanted to remember they're real pages. So I have got everything. I have got my mushrooms, my slime and snails, my moss, my leaves, my dirt, my bones, and my goblin gold. And there's the little goblins just watching that no one's coming to steal their gold. Maybe it's the snail. Oh, maybe the snail behind knocked it over. I didn't even show you guys. Let's see if I can actually get this up and show you. There is, can you see it? I'm trying to see on camera. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. It's not focusing. There's actually a little frog just there. Try to get it to it doesn't want to focus. Yeah, there's a little green frog that I have used glossy accents on. And again, it's from another one of Priscilla's kits. I completely forgot about the frog. There's just so much to see, honestly. And I just love all the threads. So that is my challenge. You still have time, guys. It's only Wednesday. So if this is the kind of challenge that you love, if these are the kind of things you like to work with, because I know a lot of you who follow me are really into witchy or nature-based things, then go and check out the challenge. You don't have to do what I've done. You can make a simple piece of ephemera that covers each of these prompts, or you can make a piece of ephemera that has 2 or 3 of the prompts on. And then don't forget to use this hashtag. And yeah, I'm going to go and put this possibly, I don't know where. And I really hope you liked it, guys. I love it. I really, really do. And I said that this year, one of my goals was to just have a go at crafts and try new things out. And I've done that a lot this year, but this is probably my favorite thing that I have done, like as a big project. Obviously, I love doing Creep on June. So that's it, guys. RTC Goblin mode. And go and get your goblins on. Go and get the dirt and the leaves and get all naturey with a magical twist, guys. All links will be down below. Please go check them out. Please go check out Instagram. And as I said, I'm going to say bye now. But after that, keep watching because I'll show you some footage of it in the dark. And I will be putting pictures up, obviously, on Instagram. So go down to my link if you haven't already. Everything's in the description box. Enough chattering now, Belle. Me and my 2 little goblin friends will say goodbye for now. And wherever you are in the world, whether in a forest or at your craft heap, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now, guys.